Orcs. These hard-hitting skirmishers will give even the most seasoned adventurers a run for their gold pieces. In today's video, I'm going to show you, the DM, how to use their strengths to your advantage and give those bloodthirsty PCs second thoughts before they go head-to-head with your orc warband who is just trying to raid and pillage in peace. Hey guys, what's up? It's Evan here from D4 Dungeon. Welcome to another Monster Monday. If this is your first time here and you want to learn more about DMing your own Dungeons & Dragons games or other Dungeons & Dragons related stuff, then remember to hit that subscribe button below and the bell so that you don't miss a thing. Orcs, nothing to laugh at. And trust me, you wouldn't live long if you did. Here's a bit of a general overview and a physical description for all you DMs out there. Orcs vary in appearance, based on region and subrace, but they all share certain physical qualities. Orcs of all kinds usually have similar features: grayish skin, coarse hair, stooped postures, sloped foreheads, large muscular bodies. They tend to have faces that are very pig-like, with lower canines which protrude and that resemble boar's tusks. Many also have wolf-like ears, which are pointed on the end and resemble that of elves. Orcs are generally the same size as humans, although usually taller, more robust, and much more muscular. Orcs have a poor temperament and are given to anger much more readily than other civilized or even semi-civilized races. Easily offended and impatient, orcs often prefer a violent solution and rarely think of multiple ways to approach a problem. However, in spite of this, many orcs are excellent at getting the solution that they want. These are creatures of action, not thought. These are not hit-and-run skirmishers or snipers. Orcs are brutes. They'll charge, they'll fight hand-to-hand, and they'll retreat only with the utmost reluctance or when critically wounded. Orcs are some of the most fanatical when it comes to physical courage, and unlike most other creatures, are more willing to fight to the death. The Monster Manual lists several orc variants which may be encountered by intermediate level PCs. The Orog, for example, is an orc variant that's much smarter, tougher, and stronger than your regular orc, and has many more hit points and 2 attacks per attack action. An orc warchief is an extremely formidable opponent, even more so than an orc. It has the same strength and constitution of an orc, with a higher charisma score. It's less intelligent than an orc, but still more intelligent than your average orc. It has the multi-attack ability and proficiencies on several types of saving throws. It also has 2 fearsome features: Gruumsh's Fury and Battle Cry. Gruumsh's Fury is a passive ability that adds a 1d8 to all damage rolls for your orc war chieftain in an encounter, whereas the Battle Cry ability is something we'll talk about a little bit more further on in the video. Last but not least, the Orc Eye of Gruumsh. A battlefield cleric, smarter and wiser than your average orc, however, not tougher and stronger. The thing that distinguishes the Eye of Gruumsh is its spellcasting ability, which we'll touch on a little bit later in the video. Let's talk about the advantages of the orc next. Unlike kobolds and goblins, orcs are strong and tough, high strength, high constitution scores. They have the aggression feature, which allows them to move their full speed towards a hostile creature as a bonus action in combat. They actually have a social skill, intimidation +2, and their standard weapon of choice, the Great Axe, can do damage that's deadly to a first level character. The disadvantages of an orc. There had to be some, right? These creatures are not very smart. Their behavior is often driven by instinct. However, they do have decent and relatively average wisdom and dexterity scores. Orc combat and tactics. This is what you need to know to run a proper orc encounter in your D&D session. Orcs will initiate a parley with a group of adventurers that approach between 30 and 60 feet of them. However, this parley will consist mostly of taunts and threats. As soon as the talks break down, and let's face it, they probably will, The orcs are going to use their aggressive action to move between 30 and 60 feet and engage your party. They're then going to use the attack action to attack who's ever close by. On subsequent rounds, they're going to continue to attack that same party member unless he's been killed, in which case they'll use their aggressive action again as a bonus action along with their move action to get up to any archers or casters that may be harrying them from the back lines. You can use this to really strike some fear into those party members who thought that they were safe further back. If an orc is reduced to 6 hit points or fewer, they will use an action to disengage and then the move action to retreat, unless other orcs that they've been fighting alongside this whole time have already been killed in combat, in which case they usually fight to the death. If attacked by more than one enemy, an orc will attempt to maneuver to a position where it can fight a single enemy one-on-one. It will not disengage and will risk attacks of opportunity in order to retain its own attack action. An orc war party that's been forced to retreat will definitely look for revenge. They'll wait, track, and attempt to set an ambush for a group of PCs when they think that they are the weakest. An orc fights much the same way as a regular orc does. However, when trying to reposition itself, it will use the disengage action, giving up its attack action in combat in order to avoid attacks of opportunity. A group of orcs fighting with 1 or 2 orgs in it will generally try and attack at night, where they have advantage with their dark vision and can hopefully catch your PCs surprised. An orc war chief that commands at least 10 other orcs will use its battle cry feature on the same round that the rest of the orcs charge, and then he himself charge the next round. An orc war chief that commands less than 10 orcs will charge, then on his next round use his battle cry feature, and then attack bonus action with his great axe against a target of his choice. An orc Eye of Gruumsh will charge in with the other orcs. He's a battle cleric. On his second round, he will cast Spiritual Weapon as a bonus action, and then attack as his regular action. On its third round, the orc Eye of Gruumsh will cast Bless on itself and on up to 2 other orc leaders that it can see nearby. It will then use its Spiritual Weapon to attack as a bonus action. On subsequent rounds, the Battle Cleric will attack with its regular melee weapon, its attack action, and then its bonus action to attack with its Spiritual Weapon. While concentrating on Bless, your Orc Eye of Gruumsh may cast command on a party member that's surrounded by 4 regular orcs or 2 orc leaders, such as an orc war chief or orcs, in the hopes that they'll fail their saving throw and have to run away in order to provoke a whole bunch of attacks of opportunity against him or her. In conclusion, guys, orcs are tough. They're able to put together rudimentary tactics and are more than capable of dealing significant damage to your low to middling level parties if DM'd correctly. Use their aggression tactic to put the fear of Gruumsh into your party's wizards and clerics, and watch as your foolhardy group's confidence slowly dissolves into chaos. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you were able to learn something about orcs today and how to run an exciting encounter as both the DM for yourself and for your player characters. And don't forget, guys, if you want to learn more about Dungeons & Dragons, DMing, monsters, and all kinds of other Dungeons & Dragons related stuff, then start now by hitting that subscribe button so that you don't miss a thing. I'm Evan. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I'll see you all next Monster Monday.